It's Chillmonger. Speaking as a fan and as a supporter of Ahsoka Tano, seeing that there's going to be a new show happening, that's already making me happy. Now I want the publicity to grow. I want this feelings week to week to build, and that can't happen at 3 a.m. But it can at 6. Because Pacific, 6 o'clock, that's when the show is happening. Well, are you on the East Coast? It's happening at 9 o'clock at p.m. 9 p.m. A perfectly normal time for things to be on television. You'll come home, you'll have finished your day at work, you'll turn on the telly and stream some Ahsoka Tano. Then what you're going to do, you're going to have enough time to tweet about it, and you may even spark some interest into people who are, awake at the time, and there's so much positivity that will come from the new time slot of this TV series, and I hope that it continues. I wonder why Disney Plus, they thought it was a good idea to put shows out at 3 a.m. Maybe because they didn't want to overload the server. And maybe that's what's going to happen coming up this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, 6 o'clock if you're on the West Coast. And if you're in England, that's 2 a.m. Unfortunately for them, but realistically, how much does that really affect someone who's across the pond in Europe or something? You'd wake up and the show would be available, right? There's no difference. You'll wake up, the show will be available. The only thing you got to do, the only thing is just manage your social media. So it doesn't affect anyone negatively too hardly, right? If you ask me, it doesn't. Now, the positives outweigh the goods. I anticipate some sort of, like bugs and some sort of, it won't load my episode, this and that. I expect that because I remember those problems happening. Mandalorian Season 2, I remember having issues logging on late at night, 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, what's going on? It's not working. I remember having that. So it'll probably happen again, but that is not an issue. All you got to do is wait maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and you'll get the show. If I'm Disney Plus and I'm smart, hey, I don't drop it right at 9 o'clock. I drop it maybe 15 minutes before that, and then hopefully you can get some early views in so it won't overload things too much. Surprisingly drop it a little earlier for the people who are eagerly refreshing. That's not much of a problem. The Ahsoka show, though, being the first to do this, I hope that the results are instant and they're huge. I do think that they can be. It's something that I've been advocating for or complaining against, and now the time slots being at a realistic time for the North American market is happening. And I hope I hope what I thought would happen does happen. And I hope that saves Disney Plus. These franchises, Marvel and Star Wars, are owned by Disney, so for that reason, as a fan of those two, I want for the franchise the streaming service to still be around and still be successful. I don't want them to have to increase prices, because when you do that, you lose some of your customers. I'm a customer of Disney Plus. I got the annual subscription a few months back, just because it would be easier to pay for, and I'm gonna tax write off it because Chillmonger is a business, and it's gonna count as a write off since I covered the stuff to make my money. It's a thing, guys. Everybody, create your own businesses. And so for that reason, I got the year-long subscription. But I don't know if I'll do it again. We'll see what happens with this Ahsoka show. We'll see also what happens with the Bad Batch and Tales of the Jedi new season and some of the other things Star Wars is doing that I'm interested in doing because the Marvel shows are not saying much. Even if the Marvel shows did happen at a reasonable hour, they're still kind of like, look, we got to do the secret invasion thing. Let's have Nick Fury return from space. He's going to be down here, and by episode 6, he's back up, and it's going to be like nothing happened. He'll have got his groove back. And then he's back in Captain Marvel 2, and no one blinks an eye, and he's not going to mention anything that happened. It's just filler. As opposed to Star Wars, where I think they take it more seriously. I know they do. They act like they do. Ahsoka, this new show, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. It's a win-win-win. I might even do reactions. I might even film myself at this reasonable hour, live stream it, the same way Sheev the Wise does on his channel, on Vader's Lair. I might just have to do that. Or maybe I won't. I'm still undecided, but the news is positive. Chill out.